We had 21 leads. We closed 2 jobs off those leads, which those were about 6,000 each, give or take. And those were roughly 50% profit. Especially if you take out the $1,000 of ad spend, you're looking at 6,000 in profit overall. So without that $1,000 that we spent on ad spend, we wouldn't have had the extra 6,000 in the 2 weeks worth of work.
So every dollar you put in, you're pretty much getting $6 back.
The biggest thing that just sticks out to my brain is when we were at a golf outing, people would come up to us and say, dude, we saw your ad. You guys are everywhere. So real people actually see this. Yeah. Real people see the results. But I think that's just the coolest moment is when a complete stranger knows me from an ad. Like, how in the world does that make sense?
All right, I'm here with Mark with Propel Landscaping. Hello, Mark.
What's up, Owen? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Doing well.
Good.
Finally recovering from these past storms.
Yeah. What have you got from our marketing?
Yeah, so the biggest thing for Propel that we were kind of looking for was how to bring in more jobs. You know, we were struggling with bringing in just word of mouth. Our Google ads weren't really performing that well, and so we were like, hey, we need something more. That's when Owen and I started talking, and it came to fruition that we started throughout the summer, and that's where we get the most amount of our summer projects, a lot of our landscape projects, and more of our big ticket items. And so to get those, we did our Facebook ads, we did our filming, which went smooth, it went great. He did his own edits, whatever, introduced the ads and
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And a couple weeks later, we had 21 leads. We closed 2 jobs off those leads, which those were about 6,000 each, give or take. And those were roughly 50% profit. Especially if you take out the $1,000 of ad spend, you're looking at 6,000 in profit overall, which, I mean, for us to not have those 2 jobs and then for us to have that profit, I mean, it fills up our guys for a week to 2 weeks worth of work. So without that $1,000 that we spent on ad spend, we wouldn't have had the extra 6,000 in the 2 weeks worth of work.
So every dollar you put in, you're pretty much getting $6 back. So that $1,000 ultimately brought you to 6,000 profit. Yes, you got to do the work, got to pay all the guys, but okay. So what did that 6,000 do for you? I know you said it, you get to pay your guys and stuff, but what was it like? What was your reaction when you saw this happening, you and your boss?
It was more of like, okay, wow. There's a lot of estimates I have to go to. A couple of them, I mean, we're obviously all qualified. A couple of them, you know, just weren't really quite sure what they were looking for, so they just kind of stalled out, and over time didn't want to do anything. We got a couple of residual things. We had a 5-figure project that happened in the fall. Not a direct result of the ad, but they had saw our ad, kind of kept thinking about it, and then came back to us via email. So there's a lot of indirect ways that those Facebook ads really impacted us. We went to a golf outing. We had a couple guys come up to us and say, dude, we've seen your ad all over. Like, you guys must be just exploding with work, which we were. We were getting a good amount of work, but it was a lot about the recognition, and we're relatively a small fish in the game. And for the biggest of guys to come and say, wow, we see you guys all the time on Facebook. That's kind of big for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you know, obviously you got results. That's our main goal. Is like, okay, we want to make you more, at least triple more than what you're paying us and paying for ad spend. But at the least, like the worst case scenario, it's like you're going to be seen by thousands and thousands of people in your local area. And I try to explain that to business owners all the time. And as you're saying, like it's a powerful thing, like recognition. You know, 3% of the market right now is like ready to buy, and the rest is like almost there, about there. Yep. So let's say they don't want this landscaping project right now. You said they saw your ad, and then maybe a couple months later, or maybe next season, they're ready for, you know, a project.
Yeah. I mean, we had lots of people reach out to us in the fall, which, I mean, we had started to slow things down on purpose for the winter, and it just kept on coming. Like, we kept on getting form submissions. We changed up our website even a little bit to optimize a little bit better for our customers.
So didn't you guys actually, I'm pretty sure near the end of the season, it makes sense because you guys were kind of coming up to an off season, but you guys were like, all right, we need to shut this off.
Yeah. It all comes to a point where like we had our routes and everything covered. We're like, all right, no one buys in the winter for us, especially. And it's very rare for even larger landscape companies, unless it's government contracts for stuff to really sell. So ultimately, we're talking with Owen. We're like, hey, let's pause this for now. We'll revisit it back in the spring, and we'll hit it with the ground running.
So that was last year. You shut them off. That's the cool thing about ads. You can shut them off, turn them on whenever. You can have this budget, that budget. Ultimately, the more you're putting in, the more you're going to get out. So, okay, last year, what do you think? Are we running it back this coming year?
Oh yeah, definitely running it back. I mean, last year showed us what a little did, so now we can go with a lot more. I mean, the little amount of proof. I mean, obviously, it took my work of going to actually set those estimates, going to convert them, having the actual project, and executing on them. But those intro leads, I don't have time to go out to and door knock to thousands of doors. That's what our ads are doing for us. To getting the warm leads for when people see me in public, they're like, hey, I saw you on this ad. Do you have any room on your mowing schedule? Hey, yep, we do. Here's a quote. I mean, those kind of things I can do right off the bat. So yeah, we're excited this year. We're introducing a couple more things that we've kind of found out our expertise to be in. So which we're really excited for, and we're ready to prove to the market that we know our stuff.
Heck yeah. So would you say ultimately that these ads not only bring the business more revenue, but save the business time, which ultimately can save more revenue as well?
Yeah, I think to the time part, when we don't have to, when me, myself, my boss, or the other guys, when we don't have to worry about like the social media and how to bring in more leads, we get to focus on what really matters, is the executing of it, the operations. And so we don't have to worry about the marketing. We get to save our time and energy for the things that are like, all right, this is on top of our minds. We have to do this. Whereas marketing kind of gets a side thought. So we don't have to direct those really side thoughts to anything. We get to direct it back into the business.
Yeah.
So it saves a lot of time and energy.
Yeah. 100%. And that's why I do the job I do, and you guys focus on your job, you know.
Exactly.
You focus on what you guys actually enjoy doing, and I focus on what I get to enjoy doing. And you don't even want to be focused on marketing and spend all your time there, because that's not, well, that is what makes you more money. But if you don't have to focus on that, you know, you got to also focus on what's actually producing the money, like the back end work.
Yeah.
Actually,
and then we get to look to the future without having to worry about the past. To look to the future and say, all right, now what can we expand to? Look, now this is what we get to do. Yeah. So
I know at first, the first month we actually did less ad spend than the second month. So I think we did 500 the first month. The second month we did 1,000. That's when you guys made 6,000 profit. You guys were kind of like a little bit hesitant at first, and I'm telling, like, you know, I think your boss was saying, well, we want to make more, we want to get some more opportunities, so you're bugging me. But I'm like, well, here's the thing, you know, the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. So like, if you can get approval for a little bit more ad spend, you can have some more opportunities here.
Yeah.
Wasn't there kind of like a little bit of a back and forth?
I think there's a dynamic that's hard to push ultimately in marketing. You know, you've got two different kinds of people. You got the people who really love marketing and see the value in it. And there's the people who are like, it's kind of like just tossing money out in the air. You don't know what you're going to get. But honestly, what we've found success in is running specific targeted ads that actually hit our target market. Because we're hitting our direct homeowners that are having this much income, this age, in these areas that we service. And that's how we get it's not just tossing money out in the air like Google. Google, we just toss money out in the air and hope something sticks. Hope something sticks to the ground, something goes through. And those are just kind of just money we put out there, so it's more of awareness, but our Facebook ads are what we target. A lot of people are on Facebook, a lot of people are on Instagram. And that's where we can target our people to put directed money to where we know it'll work.
Yeah.
Last year just showed us that it works. So.
Yeah, it was really cool to see from like, not sure if I want to do it. I don't know how much we want to spend in it, which is totally understandable. Yeah. That's why I always say start with a little bit of amount for the first month and then gradually, conservatively increase your ad spend. Like ultimately close a couple jobs first month, then pour more of that you made into ad spend, keep gradually increasing it. I think like the biggest problem is like for business owners is they need to get more seen. Like you said, like no one knows you. You probably do great work, but no one knows that you exist. Therefore, you need to have something out there that's going to be seen to thousands of people, like a targeted ad that we ran for you guys. Do you think that there's a lot of, I think I know the answer to this question. Do you think there's a lot of landscapers and business owners out there that don't understand that you can even run something like this to get more business?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know. And not to brag, but I'd say I know my technology pretty well. Like I know.
You're younger.
Yeah, we know how to use technology. I had no idea about Facebook ads. I was looking at all the ads again on Facebook, like, wow, that was really well done. Like, there's the certain ones that you know was done by a professional. You're like, I wonder how we can do this. So yeah.
Cool. I guess what was the most surprising part about this whole process?
I think it was like the biggest thing that just sticks out to my brain is when we were at a golf outing, people would come up to us and say, dude, we saw your ad. You guys are everywhere. I was like, oh, all right. So real people actually see this.
Yeah.
Real people see the results. But I think that's just the coolest moment is when a complete stranger knows me from an ad. Like, how in the world does that make sense?
Yeah.
But they do. And they've seen our work. So
that's what matters.
Yep.
I get that a lot too, like just around town here. It's like, hey, you're that guy from that ad. It's like, the cool thing about it too is like, okay, yes, you want to hit your target market, which you will more than 50%, but you're never gonna have perfect marketing. So you're gonna have people that are just checking out the content. That's inevitable, no matter what marketing company or whatever system you're using. But to add on to like the pros of that is you also run into people that might have an opportunity for you. The thing is, like I always say, shake a lot of hands. If you want to do more business, you want to do better, talk to people. Yep. But if you can get in front of people and talk to them over an ad, it's like you're building trust, and that's what it's about, is getting more known, building trust. So my point to that, though, is you can meet people and they can know about you and what you do, and they might know someone that knows someone that has a business, or they might want to do a partnership with you. Like there's a marketing company down the road that you guys, I've been telling you about, they do like websites and stuff. We have packages together now because he saw me from my ad. Yeah. I know a guy that does, invest in some properties, and I'm able to go to him with advice for that kind of stuff because he saw me from my ad. Like, you never know the opportunities that can come about it. Even like, let's say I wanted to switch to a full-time, like 9-to-5 job instead of doing this, which I hope that's not the case, but like, I probably could, because I have opportunities and people I'm connected with because I've been doing this kind of stuff.
The networking that ads not like give you, but like they give you the opportunities to go and like, okay, if I want this, I can get it. And it's not saying that, I'm not saying that ads will get that, but it gives you more of an opportunity to more of expand your reach.
Yeah. Okay, let's say like door knocking, flyers, emails, all these other ways of marketing, like they can be very efficient if done correctly. Sure, in a perfect world, do every bit of marketing, have spend everywhere. But I know where I'd put my dollars, after talking, and I'm sure you do too. But how much time do you think running an ad like this saves you?
I mean, if we're just thinking about door knocking, if I spend 1 day a week door knocking, that's 8 hours. That's 32 hours in a month. Almost an entire week spent on outbound sales, just door knocking in random neighborhoods, random people, random times, not targeted whatsoever. 32 hours, and I might get one if I'm lucky, maybe, but it's nothing that's gonna be like the ticket of what we want it to be.
Yeah. And the cool thing is like, okay, well, what about the time it takes to make the ad and run the ad, yada yada? We handle all that. You do none of that.
Yeah,
all you have
to do is film it.
Exactly. You show up for, what do we film for, like 3 hours?
If that. I mean, it didn't even feel like it took that long. We already knew what we were going to do. We went and did it. It went pretty smooth. Yeah.
How was the process as far as like filming, scripting, all that kind of stuff? Like,
yeah, I think Owen handles it, I mean, flawlessly.
Thanks, Mark.
But he honestly helped prepare me because I've never been on film before. Like I'm not a content creator. I'm not on Facebook a ton, not on Instagram a lot, and it was a very easy process for me to go from reading the script to filming to actually having the ad.
Okay, let's say there's a landscaper or any service-based business. They're on the edge of like, all right, I really want to do this. I don't know. I maybe want to wait. Why would you encourage someone to not just wait and actually do something like this?
Well, to give more of a real life example, I had someone come up to me a couple months ago in the fall and say, next year I'm looking to do some marketing to really grow my business. And I'm like, do it. Get it set up for the fall, in the fall, so that you're ready to go spring. Get it ready to go. Do the preparation, because the preparation is what's going to set you up for success in the spring. In the springtime, especially for landscapers, we've got our end of season from winter, and we've got our beginning season for green season. That is go, 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 go. We don't have time to film. The best time to do it is yesterday or today. Don't wait till tomorrow. That's just easy as this.
Well said. I try to explain it to folks where, we're on a call and it's like, well, when should I start this? Like, or it's all, hey, I'll reach out to you, in a couple months. Like, sure, you can do that. I mean, I'm not the
That's
type
a couple
of
months of revenue. On.
Exactly. That's pretty much it, man. But yeah, I try to explain to them, it's going to take some back end work to set things up.
Yeah.
I'd rather you be prepared, and we're flexible to where we can figure it out to where it's like, okay, maybe we even start a month earlier than we should, but it's not going to count towards the 3 months of that you're paying us. Like, we're very flexible with that. I just want to get you results as soon as possible. So therefore, you're going to want to continue working with us long term, so we all win. So
yeah, W in the chat.
Yes, sir. Anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, Owen's just going to be able to help you. He's got a lot of marketing experience, so really the questions you have, he'll be able to answer. I think that's my biggest takeaway.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm here to help. And thanks, Mark, for jumping on here.
Yeah.
Doing me a solid. Doing everyone else a solid,
Amen. Amen to that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll say goodbye.
Goodbye.
So if you are a service-based business, here's my plug. Make sure to go in the bio here, click the link, schedule a call, and we'll just chat. See where you're at with your business, your bottlenecks, your goals. Ultimately, see if we'd be a good fit to work together. I don't know that yet. I don't want to make you an offer until I know that. Again, I'm here to help your business. And if you're in a good spot to grow and you feel these pains of like, I know I should be going faster, I want to grow bigger, it's like, come to me, we'll talk. I'm not going to pitch you anything until we get to know each other and know your business, until I know I can help you. Anyways, that's a long ramble, but yeah,